Welcome to Nerdgasm, everybody. Today we're going to be going over who is Kid Zoom. But to understand Kid Zoom, you have to understand who he was before. In the comics, most speedsters have a polar opposite, a reverse Flash. And for Bart Allen, that opposite is Thaddeus Thawne, aka Inertia. Inertia is created to be a clone of Bart Allen. Because Bart Allen shares both Allen and Thawne blood, he's expected to smear the Allen side of the family and bring the Thawnes into their rightful place of glory. Obviously, Bart doesn't help out, and Thaddeus Thawne creates a clone of Bart that he names Thaddeus Thawne II. Unlike Bart, who ages rapidly, Inertia's raised at a slow pace to maximize his development. By the time he comes of age, Inertia is ready to destroy his impulsive clone. He has the brilliant idea of distracting Max Mercury with one of Darkseid's kids, while he fights Impulse alone, and it actually works. Inertia has more experience, he takes his speed seriously, and he knows what Bart is going to do before he does it. On top of that, Inertia shares the same annoying trait that all Reverse Flashes have, constantly taunting their opponent. Even with all of Inertia's training, Impulse is able to beat him, and Inertia just runs back into the future to lick his wounds. But like any villain, it was all according to plan. Apparently, Inertia knew he was going to lose to Bart and only wanted to infect Bart with some nanites that would copy all of his biometrics so that Inertia could pretend to be Bart. I can't make this stuff up. Basically, Inertia tricks Bart and steals his place in his life so that he can kill all of the people close to Bart. To make sure Bart doesn't interfere with his plan, Inertia throws Bart into a virtual reality machine, which is something that Bart is familiar with since he was raised in a VR machine. The weird thing is that Inertia actually starts to like being a hero alongside Max, and loves the feeling of someone being proud of him. Living Bart's life is a little intoxicating, and you can see Inertia start to question himself. But that doesn't stop him from trying to kill Max Mercury. Because Max is already dying, someone has to run him into the Speed Force to save him. So Inertia's big plan is to run Max into the Speed Force and then yeet him as far as he can, and without a tether, Max will die. And, bonus, Inertia will piss Bart off to no end. Well, even without killing Max Mercury, Bart shows up, angry beyond all belief, and just starts going off on Inertia. But it's not Impulse that actually beats Inertia. It's Max and Impulse. The bond that they have, the love that they share with each other, it just kind of pisses Inertia off. And he realizes that his entire life has been nothing but a grudge that his family threw on him. So instead of staying there and finishing what he started, he just kinda goes berserk and runs out of the Speed Force. We don't actually see Inertia for a little while after this, and it's not until after the 1 year later event that Inertia shows up with a brand new friend, Manfred Moda. At this point in time, Bart is now much older, and it's because something happened after a fight with Superboy Prime. The Speed Force was absorbed into Bart, and it forced him to age. So now, no speedster has access to the Speed Force. And Inertia is pissed because he has to use a drug called Velocity 9 to stay fast. On top of that, he has to go to Deathstroke to get the purest form of Velocity 9 so that it doesn't have any unnecessary side effects. It's no surprise that Inertia's first plan with Moda doesn't work, so he moves on to another plan. He builds a device to steal Bart's speed so that he can mainline the Speed Force again, and he builds a team of rogues to kill the Flash. Surprisingly, Inertia's plan actually works, and Bart loses all of his speed. But even without his speed, Bart does his best to stop Inertia, and he just goes in on the guy. Even without speed, Bart puts the boots to Inertia, just again and again and again. But when the rogues realize that Bart is actually stalling for time to get his speed back, they panic, and they join in on killing the Flash. The only thing that Inertia wasn't counting on was the rogues turning on him because of what happened. So, Inertia bails. He got what he wanted. He can mainline the Speed Force again because Bart is dead. One thing that he wasn't counting on, and it is insanely epic, is Wally West having come back at the time that Bart died. The first thing that Wally does is chase Inertia down, and this guy is panicked. You can see the look in his eyes. He does not know what is about to happen. And Wally just scoops him up and just runs around the globe holding Inertia. To make matters worse for himself, Inertia just starts to disrespect Bart, talking about how he killed him and it's partially Wally's fault for coming back. And Wally wants to kill this kid. He does. He wants Inertia dead, but he's a hero. So instead, Wally uses the Speed Force to steal all of the speed from Inertia, to the point where Inertia is just a statue. Even though Inertia can still hear and think in real time, it would take him 1,000 years just to blink. And Wally places him in the one place he would hate the most, in the Flash Museum, staring at the person he killed, staring at Bart Allen's legacy as a heroic speedster. And this is where it gets weirdly good. Having spent so much time as just a statue, Inertia's finally being transferred to Iron Heights. But then Inertia's struck by a giant red lightning bolt, which actually frees him from his paralysis. It turns out that the person who frees him is Hunter Zolomon, Zoom. And Hunter wants Inertia to become the next Kid Flash. And with Inertia being Kid Flash, Hunter can continue his mission to make the Flash and other heroes the greatest version of themselves, because Hunter is psychotic. But the thing is, Inertia doesn't have super speed anymore. He's actually tapping into the powers that Hunter himself has, the ability to move time around himself to give off the illusion of super speed. So Hunter has to teach him how to use the powers. And the second that Inertia learns how to use those powers, they're attacked by the Rogues, who want revenge for being manipulated, and a new villain called Libra, who is holding Weather Wizard's kid hostage. The messed up thing here is that Inertia does not care that 1, the Rogues want revenge, and 2, whatever the heck this Libra guy wants. So, to speed things along, Inertia, now using his brand new powers, runs up to Libra and does Hunter Zolomon's infamous finger snap move and just obliterates the baby. After killing the baby, Thawne decides to call himself Kid Zoom, because there was no way that this guy was gonna ever call himself Kid Flash. And then, now knowing how to use the powers, he steals the powers from Zoom and reverses him back to the point when he was in the wheelchair. Before he can kill Hunter, the Rogues take their shot at Kid Zoom, and because Kid Zoom underestimates the Rogues, they're able to get the drop on him. He's surprised by how hot Heatwave's fire actually is, and then he gets blindsided by Pied Piper. And when he's stunned, all of the Rogues just finish off Kid Zoom together. And they didn't even do it for the baby. They didn't do it because they were manipulated into killing Bart Allen. They did it because they had one fucked up year, and they just wanted something good. Having killed Kid Zoom, they leave the body in front of the police station with a sign that says they're even with the Flash. And that is honestly the end of who Kid Zoom is. He was Kid Zoom for like 5 seconds. But let me know what you guys think about Inertia / Kid Zoom / the evil clone of Bart Allen. And let me know who you guys want to hear about next in the comment section below. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And guys, turn on the bell notification so that you know when we post new videos, because we are posting all the time again. Thank you guys for the support and making this channel awesome. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.